So I'm Leah. This is just a little bit about me and what I do. About 4.5 years ago, a little more than that, I was working in an office and I didn't like it. I've had every single job under the sun. Was dealing with a lot personally, was really struggling. Had been hanging out with a border collie and found it very rewarding. I didn't know what I was doing, so I wasn't really trying to train him, but just having a dog there gave me like a sense of something that I'd never had before. So what I did in 2021 was get Red. So this is my border collie. Are you saying hello? Oh, there we go. So I got him when he was 7 weeks old, which was a little early, but he came from Shetland, so the guy was kind of like, you can wait until 9 weeks so you can just get him now. So I decided to just go ahead with it, whatever. Didn't have any vaccinations. I didn't have a single clue. I'd read books about having a border collie. Quite a lot of them said if you're not retired or work from home, it's not really going to work. At the time I worked 9 to 5 and I delivered Chinese food, so I was busy a lot. He could come with me to the Chinese, obviously just sit in the car, but I then had to, get him a dog walker so he could get out and about. Started off as puppy visits, etc. She had a lot of knowledge about border collies, so trusted her. So after about 6 months, I thought, oh man, I'm paying somebody to hang out with my best friend every day, and I'm in this office, no thanks. I know, honey. So then I decided to work for somebody else. Our training ethos wasn't really aligned. It was kind of the dogs only to be told yes, throw a fit at the situation if there's ever any problems. At this point, I had done some training with him because he's easy to teach stuff to because he's very intelligent. He likes to work because he's a collie. So loved training him, but it was just tricks. It wasn't anything that was going to give him the arsenal to be an urban dog or whatever. I live in Scotland, so it is quite rural, but I still live in suburbia, whatever. So, thank you, honey. Obviously, the border collie would bring me a sheep. So, after about, maybe another 6 months, he'd started exhibiting some issues around other dogs, but again, I didn't really know how to handle it. So I was looking online, followed everything that I had seen, and nothing was really working. It just was getting worse. So then he ended up getting neutered. Again, I didn't know that I should be asking myself questions. The vet didn't ask me any questions regarding his behavior. It was just, when can you book him in? Okay, perfect. So obviously that helped, well, not obviously, but it helped a little bit for a little amount of time. Then it exploded. Then he nipped, bitten, whatever it is, still making contact with 5 dogs in a month that I was walking with my dog walking company. At this point, it's affected my livelihood, so I had to do something about it. I had been told that border collies are quite nervous, sensitive, whatever, so they can't really deal with any adversive training. So, okay, he's my first dog, he's my first border collie, whatever. So I trusted this advice, sought force-free trainers, and kind of didn't really get anywhere in a couple months. She then found out that I had put balanced methods in place sometimes, so let me go. So then I sought a balance trainer out who said that, that if he ever looks at a dog, I'm to punish him. I'm a dog walker. I trained dogs too, yeah, but at the time I was only a dog walker. So how was I meant to navigate that in my life? That's not helpful. There's dogs everywhere, absolutely everywhere. Everyone and their mum has a dog. So I didn't really know how I was going to deal with that in real life. So I then started shadowing a trainer I really respect. She initially, upon meeting, had said, he is obedient, he doesn't need obedience training. And I thought, well, yeah, he doesn't know you, so obviously he's behaving. Just wait. But then if he was going off his nut in real life, you don't have time to get your camera out. You just have to deal with the situation and or panic. So I didn't really know how to showcase, this is what he's doing, this is what I'm dealing with. I just had to explain it. So I was shadowing her. Red was a stooge sometimes. It was really helping because there is one thing that you can do to help reactivity in any dog, and it's controlled exposure. So this is what he was getting. Her clients' dogs were on lead, Red was on lead, everyone's safe, everyone's fine. I was kind of like, haha, don't let them get too close to him. You don't want to find out. But I still didn't have the level of, not control, but like obedience around him. If it hit the fan, he was going to do what he felt was best in that situation. So, thank you, honey. So, then he went after a child. He like aggressively herded a child. I didn't know he was going to do that. He'd never done that before. There's no kids in my family, so it was completely unexpected. I broke down as soon as I got him. The reason I got him away from the child is because I taught him an emergency down. So I was like, Red, come, no, don't do that, ah. But then I was like, down. So he went down. I got him and I just burst into tears. So luckily the lady did not report us because she was well within her rights to, but I think seeing how upset and shocked I was, she was like, okay, everyone's fine, whatever. So then I ordered the e-collar that night because I knew I needed a way of telling him, absolutely not, mate. There's no way. Because I don't want anybody getting hurt because of my dog. And he needed a way of understanding, actually, this is not the right thing to do. And then we can move on. Our relationship since then has only gotten better. He was always my shadow, but now he's more loving, he's very silly. No, not every dog needs an e-collar, of course, but he was too far gone at this point. He needed something to tell him, that's not okay. So since we've got that on track, he's had it for about a year. I've been able to help other people with their dogs, sometimes using that, most of the time not. Maybe 90% of clients never need that, never need to have it, so it's okay. But they definitely need more boundaries. Quite a lot of reactivity is, the dog is quite spoiled. Red is very spoiled, but if he was behaving badly, then he wouldn't be. It would be structured all the time until he was better, more obedient, that kind of thing. Once he's making the right choices, then he was given a level of freedom that I had never expected before. Now we can heal past other dogs because he knows that option's not there anymore. I can't be a riot. So you take away the option for them to be like that, teach them other things like confidence building. You do the controlled exposure, as I mentioned before. And you basically just show them, you don't need to be scared, honey.